Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Night Live. How are you tonight? How was your Saturday? How are we doing on this Saturday Night Live? You guys are awesome. I'm just saying. Awesome. Made it all the way to Saturday again. Hey, Kitty, how are you? Cheers to the Blue Mountains. How are you this Saturday Night Live? What are y'all grateful for this Saturday night? This Saturday night, what makes you grateful for getting through week 44/45? Week 44/45. You guys slayed it. Slayed it. You did it. You're just rocketing through January. Rocketing all the way. That is awesome, Kitty. I am thrilled to hear that. I will definitely raise a glass to the best day all year. We had a decent Saturday. Decent Saturday. Not the best day all year, but a decent Saturday. I'm not complaining. Not complaining at all. Great to have everybody here tonight. I'm grateful to have you excited about cash in the bank there. Sales in the register. The Jewish Christmas bells ringing at that register. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That is what it does. That is what it does. It is great to hear that. You know I love that. I do. Yes, they really are. They really are ready to get out of the house. We start our progressive clearance sale, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday, and I'm sure we'll see many people then. But yes, people are very, very ready to get out of the house. And I understand it. And you know, I mean, there's some good signs in the virus fight. You know, we're far from there, but, you know, there are some good signs in some of the numbers. I mean, I always try to find the good in all the bad, so there is some good in some of those numbers. As I listened to a little bit of the news this morning, you know, I always try to find the good. So, but yes, people are tired of being tired at home, and they want to get out, and they're buying things. They're buying winter. They're buying spring. You know, they're buying a little bit of everything. They're buying winter, they're buying spring, they're buying a little bit of everything. I sound like I rhyme here. Completely unintentional. But I am glad that they are buying. You know, we're actually having a fairly strong January. I'm excited about it. So, I mean, that is a very good thing for all of us. A very good thing for all of us. You know, but here you are, week 44/45, and best day. That's just awesome. That is indicative of things to come. The best is yet to come. I constantly have to remind you all of that, but the best days are not behind us. They're ahead of us. The best is yet to come. Let's get started tonight, because I don't want to drag on too late tonight. It's Saturday Night Live. And I want you to be able to relax a little bit as we head into Self-Care Sunday tomorrow. Tonight, let's get started in our Good Morning, Good Night book, which is how we start the program every night. Good morning, good night. Tonight, we are on page 108 if you're following along in the book. Good morning. You are stunning. Use your power wisely. Hey, Ellen, great to have you here as you start another trip around the sun, the birthday month girl. I'm glad you had a good day. That's great. That is great. Cheers to a good day, everybody. That is a good thing. That is a very good thing. I am glad to hear that. That makes me very happy when I hear everybody is doing well. And I know there are those that are struggling, but and we're all struggling at different times. This is still a roller coaster. You can't forget that this is a roller coaster. Tonight before I came on, and we've been watching it pretty much once a week, we've been watching an episode of it. And I can't stress enough how valuable the lessons are in it. We're watching on Disney Plus Imagineering. Okay, it is a series of lookbacks at the life of Disney, of the Disney Corporation and all its iterations, and we're barely scratching the surface. But you think of a business owner. What do you worry about? And it's one of the things that I say all business owners have in common. I've been in large groups. I've been in front of congressmen and everything else, and sitting there in front of all these business people, and gotten up, and I'm like, you look at us as all different business people. He's a donut shop. I'm a consignment store. He owns hotels. He manufactures some widget. They're in the travel business. They have an airline. You look at us as totally different businesses. And I will tell you the one thing that all of us as business owners have in common. And Walt Disney said this tonight. I mean, they had this in his own words. What keeps you up at night? And all business owners don't have two things in common. They don't have enough time, and they don't have enough money. Okay? They don't have enough time, and they don't have enough money. And to hear Walt Disney in his own voice say that, okay, essentially that during one of the episodes today, he's like, trying to come up with enough money to fill my imagination is ahead of my wallet. And, keeping his dreams grounded enough, but funding them enough. Your dreams are endless possibilities. So I can't encourage you enough. If you don't have Disney Plus, if you're on Verizon, you can get it for free. If you have Verizon cell phone service, you can get a year of Disney Plus and Hulu for free. Disney Plus, ESPN, Hulu. I forget if we get something else with it, but you get all of that for free if you're a Verizon wireless customer for a year. This series on Imagineering that looks into the mindset of Disney, of what built this company over the years, is truly phenomenal, because I always say it starts up here. It does. It starts up in the mind, what you're thinking. And it starts with how you think. What kind of mindset do you have that you can accomplish these things? That, that you're going to be the store that you are, that you're going to be the next store that you are, that you're going to grow in different ways, that you're going to have this web presence, whatever it is, whatever the dream is. Okay, it all starts up here. And when you wrap your mind around that, and you see how great companies are built by keeping that dream in focus, keeping your why in focus, keeping that going, is so inspiring. I mean, I sit there and you're not finding me scrolling through my phone while I'm watching these. I am like at the edge of my seat. What's going to happen next with this? Because I want to know. One of the companies, one of the retailers that I used to consult for when I just did traditional retailers many moons ago, the owner of that, and he ran t-shirt shops. He owned t-shirt shops, and he would go to Disney every year with his video camera. The big one you had to put on your thing, not your phone. I mean, he probably goes with his phone now. But big video camera, and he would just video and take everything in and record every moment of his kids enjoying. But no, I mean, just to understand, and get that imagination and broaden your horizons and dream like a kid. I mean, Walt Disney was always dreaming like a kid. which is what I talk about. When you're not obstructed as an adult with all the things and all the limitations to your dreams, when you dream like a kid with no, where anything is possible, and when you work with that philosophy of anything being possible, you can figure out how to get it to the next space, how you take it to the next level, which is pretty gosh darn exciting. I mean, I am more excited about business every time I finish one of those episodes. I'm more excited about the future every time I watch one. So that is my TV viewing, and we're not binging it because we're taking the time to take it in. We'll watch an episode, and then we'll let it sit. It'll be days, it might be a week before we watch another one. Like old TV, when you had to watch it. Hey, Patty, how are you? But the lessons, the mindset lessons that teaches you are so important, okay? Because when you're in the right mindset, anything is possible. And even the other day, someone, a business person was like, oh, you're watching the inauguration? Did I catch you in the middle of watching the inauguration? You saw the poet and everything else. And I said, no, I'm not watching any of it. And it wasn't to be anti-political. You guys know I love politics, or the concept of politics, but I don't watch the news or the death scroll that is the news, that is everything negative or why to be negative. I watch things with hope. I don't stick my head in the sand so that I am clueless, but I try to limit my news content so that I can focus on what's up in here, on my mindset. Because if my mind is in a good place, our business is headed to a good place. If my mind is in a good place, my family is in a good place and headed to a good place. If my mind is in a good place, we're headed to a great place and a great day. So that is why I limit my news content, and I'm hoping that we get to more positive news. But in general, bad news sells. That you lead with that. But I don't want to be clueless. I don't want to be clueless. So I do read, but I just very much limit it. All right, Vena's gonna binge watch tomorrow. That's what she's doing for Self-Care Sunday. Congratulations to Art, Vena. I saw that. That is hearts here to Art. I'm so excited for his new chapter. Congratulations to him. And you. But that's the mindset that I want to leave you with, because my family my peanut gallery makes fun of me when I say it all starts up here, but I say that because that mindset, that dreamer, the lovers, the dreamers, and me, but that mindset is what gets us going. That's what makes us great. That's what makes you great. That's what makes your store great. That's what makes your people great. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what's coming. I'm excited for what's coming our way. I just had a person get their second vaccination shot, and that's exciting. People, I had several people this week get their first. There is so much good coming. It's not tomorrow. It's not the next day, but it's every day you start with a positive attitude up here. When you start from what you're grateful for. When you start with that perspective, you start your day with that. Today we started with donuts, gourmet donuts. Max got me up early this morning. Max wanted to go out early this morning. And Max is one of those dogs that, I decided to get up early, go out for a stroll, have a little drink. oh, now I need a nap, okay? I got a cookie, and now I need a nap, is what he was like. Okay, so now what am I going to do at 5 o'clock this morning? So I went and the gourmet donut shop with the big fancy donuts, opened at 6 according to their Facebook page, but not really because of COVID. They opened later. But I was their first customer this morning and came home to the family with donuts. And so I was the hero of the moment. Hey, Nebraska Angie, how are you? Good to have you here with us tonight. Good to have you here with us. You start with that day with a smile. You find your way to find your cheer, and you can carry that cheer all day long, no matter what life throws at you. Because life will throw things at you, and that's okay. It'll throw. You can bob, you can weave, you can dance. Life will throw things at you. That's okay. That's okay. Let's see, what else we got going on here? I have talked to several of you today. Had your cat alarm wakes you at 4:30 to 5. Well, the dog used to sleep with Nana, so it was okay. But now that he sleeps with us, it's and sometimes I can give him a look and he'll go back in his bed. But that wasn't happening today. He tried to go to the other side of the bed for more sympathy, and I'm like, okay, I'm coming, Max. But that's okay. Hey, Linda's here. The Linda light is on. That's like the hot light was at the donut shop when I went to Donut Crazy this morning. We started the day with Donut Crazy and ended with dinner takeout from Casabella. A great restaurant, which was very nice. We had a very nice time with that. A very nice time. But that was we've had a very nice day. And I worked a bunch in between. So that's what I was going to touch base briefly on tonight. My work yielded me more homework. You guys are good at creating me homework, but it's good ideas. So you've given me a couple of good things. I haven't gotten my spreadsheet up. I will try to get that up there for you tomorrow to do the employee retention tax credit. One additional thing with the employee retention tax credit, just briefly, and I'll beat the employee retention tax credit into you because that is like real money sitting out there. Real money. Cash back in 2020. There's cash back in 2020. I can't do the whole song of Michelle's jingle, but there's cash back in 2020. Okay? And I want you to get yours. There's cash back in 2020, and I want you to get yours. But the other thing that you can include in that, besides non-PPP wages, so wages that were not paid with the PPP, can be included in the employee retention tax credit, as well as the employer portion of healthcare. If you offer healthcare, any employer-paid healthcare portion can be added into that to hit the max per employee of $5,000 that you can get back in 2020. So that is really cool. I had forgotten to mention that, and in discussion today that did come up, and so I don't want to leave that out there. But I'll throw my spreadsheet up there because I think it does make it a little bit easier, and it'll help you with the calculations per quarter per employee. Okay. And the other really good idea that came up today that someone gave me is, or someone asked for themselves, and then I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. I need to do one of those. Is a checklist for your folder. Okay? I have been telling you, you need to have this folder of everything, all your paperwork for your PPP, your second PPP if you get one, and the employee retention tax credit, plus any state grants that you might get. so that you don't have duplication of benefits, so you can show exactly how you spent the money legitimately for its intended purpose. And its intended purpose is not a boat. It is not some off-the-books employee. It is not dinner at Casabella or gourmet donuts from Donut Crazy, although I really enjoy them. Okay, I enjoy them both. Oh, the calamari tonight was phenomenal. Enjoy all of that. Enjoy all of that. But that is not what you can use it for. Okay, it is essentially for the most part to keep people employed, and not with the same money. So what they asked me for, and I thought was a really good idea that I will work on. Probably not tomorrow, but I will work on it for this week to get it together for you all. Is a checklist of what should be in that folder for documentation, so that when you put it away, okay, a couple of years from now, if you were to get audited, you'd be just like, yeah, here's my folder. Take a hike, man. Take a hike. And so that just made a lot of sense, rather than me, I'll certainly talk about the checklist when I make one. I know what's in mine. My folder's over there. But I will step through that with you, and I will put together a quick checklist for you, so you can have that all put aside, because all of this is subject to audit. All of this, and they will audit a certain percentage of these at all levels. Okay, it won't just be the multi-million-dollar ones that they audit. Those are the ones that'll be all over the news. But they'll audit some of the $10,000 ones. Excuse me. Some of the $50,000 ones. Some of the $100,000. They'll audit at all price points. That is what the government will do. Both state, federal, government agencies. You can bank on that. There'll be auditing going on. There's just too much freaking money going around. So, which I am all for. I'm all for this money getting out there and helping people. I am all for the help that this is giving. But I want you to have yourself covered. I want you to have your folder with what we talk about saving, so that you document how you used each and every one of these things, so that you don't get caught up in what they call duplication of benefits. And I've talked about that, what probably seems endlessly now, but I do not want anybody caught up in that. I do not want anybody caught up in those issues and everything else. So I definitely do not want that, and that's what I want. So I will cover that. And I will... It depends on the grant, Linda. So that's a good question. It depends on the purpose of the grant. Okay, the big thing with all of these programs is that you can't spend it on the same things during the same period. Okay, and so you just need, it is prudent to have documented how you used it, because you may not realize it for the grant you got, but I am sure in the fine print they reserve the right to ask for documentation of how you spent it. And so what you really want to have is documentation that shows you did not use it on the same things as at the same times as you were getting other benefits. And that is the real key, is that you may have used all of these different things for payroll, for example, but that you didn't use them for the same payroll. And that is so key. That is so key. And you just keep this one folder, everything that you got as a business through this, that wasn't just direct income, okay? And you keep that in a folder, and when you need it, it's there. If you got audited, you can show everything that you spent with it. Because again, time is, it fades away. There's a lawyer here that does TV ads. Well, they do it as an infomercial. They do it right at the end of the local newscasts. And, she is like, take pictures of everything of a car accident. She's an ambulance chasing car attorney, and I get it. But take pictures of everything because memories fade, everything. She's like, even make sure you get pictures of the license plate of the car that you were in the accident with to prove that was the car that was there at the time. She's constantly all the little details. And she's right, because when it comes to court, and if you've ever had to go to court for something, you don't want to get caught up in the lack of details. If you got a grant, hey, Marianne, great to have you here. If you got a grant, is the ERTC considered duplicate of benefits? No, because I'm guessing you had other expenses you could pay with it at the same time. So, again, as the rules have evolved, again, you have to remember, all these rules have evolved, and you have to evolve the way you think you've documented in your folder that you spent this money, and the way that you really did spend this money. Okay, it is different. Rose, I would categorize it as a grant and not as income. It does depend on the situation. I've been saying all along, for some of these grants, you're going to get a 1099. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Most of the grants you're not. Because they were funded with CARES Act money. Many of the grants that are out there, not all of them, but many grants that are out there have been funded with federal money that they spread around to states, who then spread it around to local organizations, who then spread it around to you. Okay? And that money, for the most part, is not taxable, and is not taxable by the state in most cases. So, I would leave that as a separate thing so that your accountant knows about it, okay? Because it may be in your individual circumstance in your individual state. But even if it was free money, so if there's a tax consequence to it, it's going to be small in the whole scheme of things. You still came out ahead. But I refer to state accountants on that because... or if you get a 1099. Some of these that were not funded, some of these good organizations that just started doing it, some banks that just started giving grants to businesses. Yes, I would set up a grants category if I got a grant. Just so that it stood out to it. And also make sure, because I've seen it on a couple of your guys' books. Excuse me. And it could get lost. I've seen a couple of you guys track the PPP as income or the EIDL as income on your books. It is not income. It is a loan. It becomes a grant once it's forgiven, but it's a loan. It is incoming cash, but it is a loan. So make sure you don't have that, either the EIDL or the PPP, set up as income. And I have seen that on a couple of your books that's overstating your sales. Because if you're looking down that, it looks like you got all this money and you don't have that money. So just check on how you handled those deposits of that money. It should have been set up as a loan if you were using QuickBooks for the PPP and the EIDL, which would result in creating a liability and depositing cash. So it would be a financing effect. Excuse me. But check your books, because in some of the books I've seen that lately, where either the PPP or the EIDL was entered as income and not a loan. And those are both considered loans. Yeah, it's the PPP is, depending on when you got it, is either a 2 or a 5-year loan. So it's either in either case, it's a long-term liability. Until it's forgiven. And we don't want you going forgiveness again until you have all this money figured out. And that your bank is accepting the new simplified form. The new simplified form is the 3508S for loans under $150,000 is what we want you to apply for forgiveness with. So do not forget that. Which doesn't require you to provide any paperwork on how you spend it. So that all the paperwork's here in this folder. So if the rules change again, you can update that. Hey, Julie Jankowitz, great to have you with us. It's like our whole Illinois well, Joanne's not here. We're missing Joanne in Illinois. But everybody else is here tonight. It's great to have you here. But I will work on that checklist. I will get my spreadsheet up there. I do have the spreadsheet done. I just got to get it loaded. And we'll get that over there up to the NARTS private Facebook group and then over to narts.org/resalestrong. Resale Strong, where you find everything, including the Self-Care Sunday recipe of the week. Yes, tomorrow is Self-Care Sunday. That's the day we set aside every week to take some time for you. For you, okay? To take some time to chill, to turn things off. Turn off the death scroll of Facebook. Turn off the news. Just enjoy the day. Read. Get a mani-pedi. Get a massage. Chill. Watch some football. Whatever it is for you, take the time on Self-Care Sunday to relax. I know not all of you can do it on Sunday, but make sure you're setting one day aside every week or half of 2 days so that you are taking the time to take care of you. Taking care of you is so important. You have to refill your pitcher so you can pour out your fountain onto everybody. It is so important. It is so important. Yes, some football tomorrow. There's 2 good games tomorrow afternoon. Should be really some good football tomorrow, hopefully, if people aren't sick. But you know what's a week from today? Talking of self-care and investments. Best investment you can make is in yourself and in your education. And a week from tonight starts NART's virtual winter seminar. Next Saturday night, starting at 9 o'clock Eastern, is the pre-seminar social. Whoa, hang on a second. My glasses aren't here. Pre-seminar social. I get to join with my favorite beverage and snack for a casual get-together next Saturday night at 9. Then the kickoff on Sunday, the seminar on Sunday, we start off with morning networking. That sounds like coffee and donuts to me. Coffee and donuts at 10. Followed by, we got 2 great presentations next Sunday. Colleen Lloyd-Roberts talking about website stats and how to read, understand, and use them to grow your website, i.e. grow your business. And Melissa Morales is going to talk to us about 6 figures a month, 7 figures a year on Facebook Live. Yes, you can! That is all next Sunday, Saturday and Sunday. You do not want to miss it. There's no football next Sunday, so you don't have to worry about that. And there's no better way of self-care than investing in you. So make the appointment, and be there next Sunday. Everything I talk about goes over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you. It all gets there. The handouts, the videos, and a direct link to the videos on the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when a new one drops. You can also share with all your friends in business. Everybody, butcher, baker, candlestick maker, they need this stuff. They need your hand. Your hand to help them get to the other side. No better friend than to share that. I am here every night at more 8th and Ish live in the NARTS private Facebook group. If you have a question in between, like so many of your peers did today, you just email me. Neil, N-E-I-L at ECIstores.com. N-E-I-L at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. Michelle, you're never too late. Never too late. We love having you live whenever we can have you. Hey, Heidi's here too. Tonight in the Good Morning, Good Night book, my glasses are over here. They're back in 2020, I'm just saying. We're on page 108. Good morning. You are stunning. Stunning, I tell you. Use your power wisely. Our good night tonight is good night. You are stunning. Lay down your burdens. Lay them down. Tomorrow's Self-Care Sunday. There'll be the recipe of the week. It's going to be amazing. You too could have your recipe be the recipe of the week. You just need to email it to me to Neil, N-E-I-L at ECIstores.com. And you could find yourself being the special recipe of the week. You never know. But all the recipes are at nards.org/resalestrong, R-E-C, where you'll find the whole Resale Strong cookbook. You guys did it. Week 44/45 in the books. Boom! Good job. We start week 45/46 tomorrow on Self-Care Sunday. I'll be back here at more 8 than ish. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a virtual winter seminar 1 week away. We will party again in person, and when we do, I will be there with you. But until then, know that you, and most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. I'll see you tomorrow night, everybody. Have a great night. It's time for dessert.